Margaret Kavanaugh outside the Virginia Beach courthouse. A new law helped an autistic man avoid jail time. He admitted that he gave a little girl an AirTag as she was leaving a supermarket where he worked. Now, supporters of this law say it helps people with intellectual disabilities, but the victims in this case say they're extremely disappointed.
20-year-old Connor Land admits on the stand that he gave a 7-year-old girl an AirTag when he was working at Wegmans in Virginia Beach back in July. The reason, he says, he was trying to find an address for the girl's mom, wanting a relationship with the woman. He testified that he wanted to mail her a letter where he described her as a goddess that he wanted to worship, requesting to pay her to do chores around the house like babysitting, cleaning, and giving her foot massages. Terrified when the mother found the AirTag, she called police. Land got arrested. During the hearing, another woman also took the stand, describing how she got a protective order against Land while at Christopher Newport University months prior after he turned up in her dorm room. While Land's actions seem bizarre, his defense attorney, Kristen Paulding, argued that Land's autism caused him to normalize the behavior at the time.
When you learn about his autism and you learn about how his mind kind of works, you recognize why it made sense to him at the time.
She says since his arrest, he was diagnosed with autism, goes to different kinds of therapy sessions, and takes medication. Virginia Beach Judge James Lewis called this one of the most unusual cases he's ever seen, describing Land's actions as beyond creepy, but ruled that sending him to jail wouldn't be beneficial and would be significantly detrimental to his progress.
Jails are not a place to treat mental health illnesses. Absolutely not. And I think that that is what Judge Lewis is trying to convey.
Paulding says this is the first time that she's used this new law.
3 years ago, there were a number of new statutes that came out that provided mental health defenses. This particularly allows for someone who has autism spectrum disorder, if you can connect the nonviolent crime to the autism spectrum disorder, then you have the opportunity for this potential deferred finding.
The judge issued a deferred finding, meaning Land will avoid jail time and go back to court in 3 months for a check-in. The victims in this case tell me they're absolutely disappointed.
I still feel very uncomfortable. I think there was a lot of new information that came out about the case that made it that just more egregious of a crime he committed, and I wish he had been held more accountable than he was.
The other victim says the only reason she decided to put her family through a trial was to prevent this from happening to other people, and they feel that the system has failed them. But Paulding says this new law provides another option for those with intellectual disabilities.
Before, you could really only plead insanity, which was a very difficult threshold to meet in criminal law. I think what this does is this opens the door and it allows the court to look at more factors.
The judge said that he will put Land in jail if he breaks the law again. He's expected to go back in front of the judge on June 24th. Margaret Kavanaugh, News 3.